nnyo embeera kyetusuubira kyekirina okubeera okusavinga abantu baffe ennyama obulimba bwavuddewo obw'obulwadde olwabamu abaagala okwonoona omulimu gwaffe nga bateekawo ebibalwa ebitasaanidde. Alhamdulillah kyekyavuddewo sobola abantu balidde ennyama abantu baguze ennyama so Katonda mulungi kyetwali tuluubira tukituuseeko.
Naye okusinziira nga wendaba biseera emabega kaawe najjako wano nzijukira abantu baali bangi nga onoonya ne woyita nga tolaba naye leero ndabye bakendeddemu akatonotono
abantu bangi okusinziira kubanga tulabye idi nyingi nnyo ne tulaba ne Christmas nyingi ne Easter nyingi abantu bangi bambi bazze kugula ennyama babasavinze tubasavinze bulungi era Katonda wa buyinza era amawulire gatambudde bulungi nti ennyama yaffe ennungi ennyama yaffe ennyonjo tukwataganye n'eminisita agriculture abakamafu aba KCCA tukwataganye nabo veterinary doctors bonna tukwataganye nabo ente zijja mu kifo ekituufu so kyobola abantu batwesize era twebaza okutwesiga okulaba nga tubaliisa ennyama ennyonjo.
So tusuubira business leero olunaku olunaggwerako abantu bagenda kukola ssente okusingako zabadde bakola.
Yes, bagenda kukola ssente kubanga kati kasoolete ekintu ne bakigula ne kivaawo bwe baba bakoze ssente era bajja kukola ssente ate abantu era bagenda kulya ennyama. Actually it's a kind of a holiday. So mu holiday eno bantu bagenda kulya ennyama bagenda kukola ssente.
Yes, I've been discussing with some of the stakeholders within this particular abattoir, and now let me get in touch with Madame Aisha. She's the spokesperson of this abattoir, and we're going to tour around, getting to observe what the situation is like. So, Madame, you can tell us what is it like? How do you feel about today in terms of business? How is business running today?
Okay, first of all, I would like to congratulate all the Muslim fraternity people out there that Eid Mubarak. Thank you so much for praying. Thank you so much for observing the holy month of Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, we thank God for the time He has given us, for the good month He has given us. We thank Almighty for everything we prayed for, and we thank Him.
Come this side.
We shall always continue praying. It's not only Ramadan that people should observe and practice their real Islamic norms of and faith. It is every day, today and tomorrow and forever. We thank God, Alhamdulillah. When you talk about the sales today, we can say that ever since we had the quarantine, business was a little bit low, but today we are saying we are selling. That means there is a little bit of there is a very big change compared to the last year and Easter. Our sales are high compared to Easter, so we thank God for that.
Yeah, if I may ask, what is that particular commodity that seems to be most on demand today?
Definitely, since this is an abattoir and our signature project is cow, I would say meat. Both meat, that is goat's meat and cow's meat, that is the biggest demand we have in the market. Then the rest follow.
Like, let me say, goat's meat, beef, which is largely consumed on Eid on a day like today.
Definitely, it is beef. It is beef. Because people take big portions of beef, and we have the characters of people who take goat's meat, like those of the Indians, the Pakistanis, and the rest. So the demand is also high. Both sheep and goat.
Maybe you can tell the viewers what the prices are standing at, like as of late.
Like I usually say, we don't determine prices for the butcher people, but we only determine the prices for us here because we do wholesale. Our prices today go for 13,000 a kg of meat, that is beef, and 17,000, that's goat's meat. As usual, it is a little bit expensive. Then liver goes for 18,000, depending on who you're going to buy from.
All right, I think you can take us through briefly as we get to observe the situation. I'm moving with a public relations officer of the abattoir, and we're getting to observe the situation, how it is like. We are having a little trip within the abattoir. As you can see how business is really, the transactions are actually quite positive if you are to compare. If you're to compare for the last days, as she has been mentioning, the sales have actually been increasing, today being Eid. So kati ku kyensonga waliwo obuzibu obwaliwo ku nsonga y'obulwadde.
Okay.
About that.
Okay, okusokera ddala ngenda kwebaza ministry etuvunanyizibwako eya agriculture animal husbandry wamu ne team yonna ekulemberwamu Dr. Okelo kuba oyo ye Dr. avunanyizibwa ku nsonga zaffe zino eza abattoirs n'ebirala. Omulimu ogw'ettendo gwe baakola oluvannyuma lw'okuba nti baali bataddeko ekibaluwa ekinene ekyali kitujja mu mulimu, ng'era baali bagambye nti abattoirs zonna zigenda kuggwala mu Kampala, naye baakola omulimu ogw'ettendo wamu ne Prime Minister waffe Honorable Nabanja ne balabika nti ekyo kyali kisazibwamu ne bamanya ekituufu kyali ki. So olwaleero nnyinza ogamba nti tukolera ddala bulungi era bo baakola omulimu gwabwe era naffe nga bannalufula ne tukola ogwaffe ogw'okuteekesa amateeka mu nkola.
Okay, now what do we anticipate after Idi? Do we anticipate that the rate of sales like today is going to be the same rate weeks after?
Okay, what we usually do, we have pitch days in the market. I would say from Thursday to Sunday, those are our pitch days because usually you have weddings, we have introductions, we have parties, to mention but a few. So these other days are a little bit slow because on a normal day we might slaughter like 100, but when it comes to around Thursday, we go to 250, 300. So the prices, the sales change according to the days, the pitch days.
How is the changes in weather affecting beef production?
I wouldn't say there is a very big, apart from the road networks being very bad, it also increments on the prices of the cows for those people who buy, because they talk about roads, the roads are impassable, so it affects both the seller and the reseller at the same time.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Maybe before we sign out, any last regards to the viewers out there?
Okay, my dear viewers out there, I would say congratulations once again. It has been a long month of fasting. The first 11 days were a little bit hot, but we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The last days have been very okay. They have been very calm. We thank God, alhamdulillah. And I know we are going to celebrate it very well because the weather is very good. Now, lastly, I would like to send greetings to my dear parents, my mother and father, Mr. and Mrs. Lubega. They say in Bina Mutungo. I greet you, I love you so much. And my dear workmen here, Kampala City Abattoir, I love you so much. Continue praying, continue selling. We sell the best in the whole country because we are the number one.
Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Aisha. She's the public relations officer of this abattoir next to Port Bell, the old Port Bell Road, and she's been giving us the highlight of business here. And according to what she says, if I'm to sum it all up, it's more like business today is actually flexible, despite the quarantine that was imposed due to the fears of the post-bowl disease, the cow disease. But now everything is certified by the Ministry of Agriculture, so it's just an assurance that all the meat that you're going to purchase at this particular place is actually very safe. Happy Idi, and of course let me take you back to studio with Mercy Katsime.
Well, of course, Andrew, thank you for, reaching out. And of course, as you can see, people are coming in big numbers, hoping that there's going to be a lovely day, despite, like you say, the quarantine that was imposed. Regardless, they are selling and hope that everyone enjoys their day today. Well, of course, it's just 31 minutes past 8 a.m. We're going for a short break. Coming up is sports and entertainment business. Stick around.